All right, so hey guys, it's me, 80s from guys. Today, guys, I'm going to give you guys my match review of Barcelona 4, Gimnastic nil. Now, this was a very interesting game. Some would say this was kind of a game of two halves. In some degree, I sort of somewhat agree with that. Maybe not a game of two halves, but this is more like a game of two different teams, And so, it's going to be interesting. And like I said before, guys, this is preseason after all. Many of these players, I believe, none of these players played in the international tournaments that took place: the Euros, the Copa America, and the Gold Cup. And so it's going to be interesting to see how the players will readapt, and obviously it's been a very long since they have played. And like I said before, guys, this isn't going to exactly give us a good indicator how the team is going to do because, like, let's be real, guys, Gymnastic is literally a third division team. You guys can see right here, guys, they're literally a third division team. I think they're a third, yeah, so I'm going to Division B. They don't even play in like the second tier, right? So, as I said before, this is realistically a level that we should be beating. We should be beating. Okay, so I just wanted to show that upon to you guys. And so let's go and talk about the first half and the second half. So let's start with the first half, obviously, because the first half occurred first. And this is the team that Ron Koeman laid out. So you can see many of the players that you know from the regular last season started, like Des started, PK started, Umtiti, Pjanic, Puig, Roberto. Many of these players we already know about. Now, there are some academy players that we didn't really know about. Like, we didn't really know about Demar. He's currently on loan with us right now. Escobar as well. Paulo Jimenez, and then obviously Martinez as well. So it was always gonna be interesting. Alejandro Balde, of course, So it was always gonna be interesting how that first half went. And I would say the first half there were two players that really stood out. Now there were a few other players that also had a decent game. I think Roberto had a decent game. I think Alex Balde also had a good game. I think even Umtiti to some extent had a decent game. I think Dest also had a decent game as well. These players weren't standout for me in the first half. The first half, the players that stood out to me the most were Ricky Puig and Yusuf Demar. That's his name? Is his name Yusuf? Let me go check real quick. Yeah, Yusuf Demar. These were the two players that were absolutely brilliant in the first half. And let's start with Yusuf Demar. What a game he had. He actually tested the goalkeeper on several occasions, and the goalkeeper had to make some great saves. He had to make some amazing saves, and you can tell how dangerous he was in the forward. And I would say out of the three forwards, in the first half, he was probably the most dangerous with it. He was creating things. He was trying to do something he was trying to shoot and trying to show that initiative to score, and that's what I like to see from a player of his caliber is that you take something on, you try to do something on your own. You don't rely on other people to make service for you, which I thought was really good because, truth be told, guys, these two players didn't really have enough service. These two players were creating things out of nothing, essentially. And that's what I like to see. I like to see players have that kind of dribbling kind of thing. I like to see dribblers. I like to see players take on one another, doing all the skills and all like that. I like to see that personally, Ricky Puig in that first half was absolutely brilliant. He was making things happen. He was probably the most progressive-minded midfielder in the first half. He was definitely creating things. He was trying to make things, passing the ball, trying to get in some good areas to shoot. The only concern I had with him was his decision-making in the final third, because I feel like that wasn't really the best decisions he made. Like, for example, there's one run he could have easily had a run. He tried to go for goal when he really probably should have passed it. But in all fairness, as I said before, guys, it's only preseason, right? And let's be real, guys. Ricky Puig didn't really have a huge impact last season. He was basically mostly a bench player. So it's understandable to see that he tried to do everything he can. And like I said before, guys, I like to see players take that risk. I like to see players make that penetrating pass, try to do something on their own. Because that's what quality footballers are, And I just think for me, that first half in particular was a really good first half by those two players in particular. And unfortunately for us, we weren't able to get that goal that we needed because, as I said before, guys, I think at the first half, the stats were like 11 shots, 6 on target. And it was quite interesting to see what had happened at halftime because this game felt like a game that would end 1-0. Like, if there was going to be any goal, it would be like a 1-0 win or a 0-0 draw. At least that was my attempt. That was my thinking at halftime. At a halftime, Koeman put out an entirely new starting 11. He changed the entire team. You can see right here, guys, every player basically came on. The only players that came on was basically Arnaud Tonos. Basically he was a goalkeeper, didn't really need to take a part of the game, and basically everyone else got involved in the game. So, you have Arnaud Cornez came on, Santiago Ramos, Minga Hiroki Abe, Pablo Martin Paves Garavira, Matheus Pereira, Musa Ndidia, Niels Martinez Moreno, Ray Manaj, Igor Gomez Silva, Alex Guerrero, Iñaki Pena. So a lot of the players came on. And that second half, we were really good. That second half, we were very good, and we were still trying to create chances, trying to score that goal. And it took a very long time. It took a very, very long time for us to score that goal. And finally, we got the goal, and it was through goal assist from Gavi. Gavi got the assist for this goal. You can see right here, guys. It was a great, actually not, right? Wait, hold on. Let me see something. No, that was for the second goal. My bad. Okay, my bad. Anyways, so you can see right, guys, that in the second half, one player made a really good run. Igor Gomez Silva, he was the guy that provided that assist, and he was like a center back, which I thought was really interesting. And that goal from Ray Manaj was a beautiful goal. That was the best goal in the match, in my opinion. What a goal that was, and what skill he had. Because, like I said before, guys, it wasn't just a poacher finish. He had to do some technical ability there. He had to get past his man, and he did some technical skill to get over. And that's what you want to see from typical center forwards. As center forwards, when they have a defender next to them, they try to go around the defender, try to use their skills to go around the defender, use a technical ability. Because as I said before, guys, it's not just for strikers. It's not just about the goal scoring instinct. Obviously, that's a huge part, but it's also about the technical ability. That's also a very underrated aspect, and that's what I feel like a lot of center forwards nowadays don't really have. Is that many of the top class strikers nowadays, you need to have that technical ability. You can't just be a finisher. And I just think that for me, that was a really, really good goal. The fact that he was able to dribble past his man, get past the defender, and actually been able to use his skill to actually get that goal, because that was a beautiful goal around the 60th minute, and that was a well-deserved goal. I think at that point we were definitely dominating. As I said, at that point they weren't really creating much chances on their own. They did force a few saves from Iñaki Pena and Neto, respectively, but it wasn't really two massive saves. I don't think it was a huge save that was need to be made. And the second goal came from Pavel Gavrilo, who had a really good game as a CDM, in my opinion. He had a solid game, provided that pass to Alex Collado. And yes, you could say it was a deflected shot. Ultimately, at the end of the day, it doesn't matter. It's a goal. And it's a goal for Alex Collado, who also had a really good game. He was wearing the captain's armband. And I'm really hoping we can see him get more minutes, because of the guys, he is a quality player. And I think this guy definitely deserves some more minutes in the first team. And the Hiriki Abe, I thought he also had a really good game as well. He provided that third goal assist. It was a really good assist from his part, and a nice cross into the box. And this time, Ray Manaj actually managed to score with his chest, which is really, really crazy. That's something you don't really see very often. It was like a Messi chest finish. I think Messi did several years ago, a very long time ago. He had a very nice goal he did when he was a kid. You could probably find on YouTube. I think it was against Getafe or something. I don't quite remember. Anyhow, it was a great finish indeed from Ryan Manaj, and that's what I like to see. And then finally, the penalty was given towards the end, guys. I forgot who was taken down. I believe this was a really good run from. Let me see. I think it was a really good run from one of our fullbacks. I'm trying to remember who did it. I think it might have been. I want to see something. Let me go see something real quick. I'm going to use the one football app real quick just to see who got that, because I don't quite remember. It was a really good pass. It was a really good run from a fullback. I believe it was a left back, I think. And I think basically what happened was I think he was taken down inside the box. So let me go see if I can find from the live ticker. So yeah, India draws a foul in the penalty area, and so he was taken down inside the box. Ray Manaj steps up and tries to get his hat trick, and he does. And he scores his hat trick indeed. And so that's a great moment for him. And there's a lot of rumors saying that Ray Manaj might leave the club. I'm hoping that he does stay, of course, obviously, because I still think he's a great player. And what you guys hold it? This is a great start to preseason, guys. Ron Koeman and his boys won 4-0, guys. And this is interesting because last time we actually played against them, we actually won 3-1, and we had to win through penalties. So, it's interesting to see how the second team actually did better than the first half team. So, obviously, the second half, obviously, Ray Manaj, Collado was really good. I think Abe was really good. Gavrilo was really good as well. India, I think, was really good. Even, so, as I said, there was a lot of standout players in the second half. And so, there's pretty much that. As I said before, guys, I'm not going to go too much into details, like I said, because this is only preseason after all, guys. We had to take that in consideration. And I did forget to mention, guys, there was a red card that was given. Let's talk about that red card real quick. So the red card happened in the first half, and I think it was a good red from Ricky Puig, and I think Ricky Puig actually drew the foul, and it was a goal-scoring opportunity, and that's why he was given a straight red rather than a yellow, because it was a great goal-scoring opportunity. Had he continued, he could have maybe scored. And Pjanic stepped up and tried to take the free kick, and it was saved. So, all in all, guys, I think this is a really good performance. I think we can definitely build upon this, and I'm hoping that against Girona, because I think Girona will actually be a bigger test for us, because I think they're actually in the second division, so we'll have to play. We're going to get a much bigger test, and I think we're also going to have some of the players be available. Like I think Depay will be available for that game. De Jong will be available. I think Griezmann will be available. A lot of the players that played in the Euros will be available for that game, I reckon, and Aguero as well. So we'll see, man. We'll see. And as I said before, guys, I really am enjoying this. So as you can see, this is our first preseason game. Let's go and look at all the schedule for the preseason. So as you can see, right, guys, we're getting to play Girona on July 24th, and then we're playing Stuttgart July 31st at 12 p.m. Stuttgart, and then our August 4th will be playing our final preseason game against RB Salzburg. Now, there is another preseason game that's going to happen. I believe it's against Manchester City, and I think we also have a game against Juventus, and I think the Manchester City game is like a charity, and I think the Juventus will be the John Camper. So we'll see. Those dates will probably be revealed very, very soon indeed. So that's pretty much it for today, guys. Hope you guys do enjoy the video, guys. Remember, guys, to comment, subscribe, check out my description below for Twitter, Discord, and my email, and share your thoughts in the comment section below. And there's any major talking points I missed in the game. And so, you guys, thanks for watching.